I'm here with Qualms in the building. Big Qualms. What are you saying, bro?
Big today.
Yeah.
What about the other weeks?
Nah, man, you always been, bro, you know what I mean? But listen, on a serious note, we've just seen Arsenal go down 2-0 today, beaten at home for the first time against Newcastle in the first leg of the Carabao Cup. Very disappointing night.
Yeah.
Well, you take it away. What was your thoughts?
Masters of our own downfall, I'll say. I think to start off with. I'll start off with the game. Well done to Newcastle. They played a good game. They defended well. Can't fault them. Eddie Howe runs a tight ship.
He does.
But then I look to my own team and I look at Arteta and I see the ship is slowly sinking right now. And my shipmates are jumping off. They're jumping off. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know where to begin. So I'll start with the game. The performance itself, I thought the first half wasn't too bad. Yeah, Martinelli chance was probably the turning point. He should have taken it. I know Souls was obviously saying, that's it. And I was trying to be like, look, let's be a bit optimistic. But he was right. I'll have to say he was right. And most of the fans were right. When you come to this, when you're at this level, those are the moments that you must take. When you're in a semi-final of a Carabao Cup or whatever cup, you put it in the back of the net. And we got punished. We got punished by one of the most clinical strikers. Someone that we should have gone for, fought tooth and nail to collect. But instead, we allowed this guy to tiptoe. Was it Swedish dance? I don't even know if there's any Swedish dances or whatever.
I'm sure there is.
But you see Isaac, yeah? You see Isaac? Isaac is like the Swedish girl, a Swedish girl? Beautiful Swedish girl. You see her in the club, yeah? And I saw Saliba and Gabriel trying to move to Isaac. But they were too scared because she was so beautiful. She was a baddie. And they're stumbling over themselves. They're too scared. I've never seen my two defenders like that. The goals. Shall we talk about the goals? All right, the first goal, what one was it? Where Isaac, he scored back post. Odegaard is marking Isaac. Why is it?
Do you not think that the goal, though, on reflection, and listen, I'm a fan of Isaac, but do you think it was a bit naughty there? Because he pushed Odegaard in the back.
You call that a push?
It was, really, it was.
Well, I'm a big guy, so like for me, that's not a push. Okay. And I'm a defender. If someone pushed...
I know you're a product of Hackney Marshes. So,
shout out to Hackney Marshes.
Yeah, so them things ain't nothing. But really and truly, it was a bit naughty, but hey, it is what it is.
It was naughty, but it's within the games. I saw in the first half, Trossard pulled back Isaac. Yeah, when he was running into the box.
Was Trossard playing?
Yeah, yeah, it was. He bloody was. But that's how the game is played. I love that. That's how it should be. I'd love that if Isaac done that to me. I'd say, all right, cool. I would love it. If I'm Gabriel Saliba, I'll say, Odegaard, move away from him. He's mine. Yeah. As a centre-back, I'll say, he's mine. You go somewhere else. Why are we allowing Odegaard, of all people, to mark the most prolific striker? I do not understand. So I was disappointed with that. Saliba's been a bit off par. I've been mentioning it in the last few interviews, and people are like, oh, no, he's precious, protect him. And I'm like, no. I'll say Saliba against Crystal Palace. What was it? When the 1-on-1 with Sarr, he should have got a bit closer. He dropped off, jockey, put it around the corner into the bottom net. Then it was Saliba versus Delap. I saw a few moments where Delap was getting the best of him. I said, no.
Mateta was giving him a warm time.
Mateta was giving him a hard time. I thought, no, it can't be. But I'm seeing a small pattern. Now, I'm not just saying it's Saliba's fault, but I'm just talking from a defensive point of view. Today's goal, they gave him way too much space. Yeah, way too much space. They gave him
for both goals, because the second one where he was in the box, he was surrounded by a couple of defenders. He managed to manoeuvre away from both of them, get the shot, and then, of course, Gordon was waiting at the far post. They weren't sharp enough in picking him up, and he slots it in, 2-0.
They brought him a drink. Again, I'll go back to the Swedes. They brought him a drink, and another man flipping took the girl out after the club. Yeah? He pranced all the way into the box. No one touched him. I don't know how this ball is getting all the way through past 2 or 3 men. And it was really, I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. So from a defensive point of view, I'm very disappointed in them.
No, you make a good point, because spent a lot of time talking about the lack of penetration up top. But defensively today, we weren't at it, man.
No.
Both of those goals could have been avoided, I've got to say that.
It's the hunger. Where was the hunger? Where was the fight? Arteta came in the press conference and he spoke about it. He said, you know what, we got to try and fight to win. We got to do this. I saw Tonali diving. He was jockeying, covering behind the right back, Livramento, blocking shots. So that's why when you're talking to me about pushes from Odegaard, I'm like, no, I'm not having that. I'm not having that at all. That wasn't good enough. There was not enough fight. There was not enough fight in it, and for me,
you know what, you mentioned that, and that is a good point, because that was one of the talking points when I was at the ground talking to other fans. They were saying, as far as they were concerned, Newcastle appeared to be a bit more up for it than we were, even though we had a lot more possession, but they just looked like they wanted it more. Do you agree with that?
100%. Look at their record. Look at the last few games that they played. Look at how they played, the manner in which they played. It's for me, it's a thing where, not that we lost the game before it had already started, but you could tell they were hungry. They fancied it. The first win that they've had at Emirates in how long? You know, they came here, they wanted to do something special, and they did. They did.
Okay, let's fast forward. We've got a big cup game coming up at the weekend.
I want to go back. I want to go back to the Henri days.
Yeah, well, that's novel, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. But listen, the one thing about football is the games come thick and fast, especially when you're a club like Arsenal involved in so many competitions. We've got another big cup game coming up against one of our long-time rivals. Are you seeing enough that we can beat Man United this weekend?
No. I'll be honest with you.
Really? Wow.
I'll be honest with you. No. I watched Man United against Liverpool. They put up a fight. If that same Man United that played at Anfield, that gave Liverpool a good game, they bring that to the Emirates, we're in big, big trouble. That's one thing I will say. Another thing I will say is, well done to Miles Lewis-Skelly, because he done well. You brought me a nice little present. Let's say it was a Christmas gift, after Christmas, and I saw Martinelli on the front. Martinelli should not be on the front. Miles should be on the front. That's in my opinion, because he puts in more of a shift. There's certain players, I think we've lost who we are as a club, Arsenal, and we're relying too much on these long balls and set pieces. And we played right into Newcastle's hands. So this is where I have to kind of tip it back to Arteta and say, you chose the wrong formation, or not the wrong formation, the wrong personnel. Havertz. A goal is gaping in front of you. A goal is gaping in front of you and you don't want to finish it. You can't finish your dinner. How is that possible? Why is that happening? That's something for me where Gabriel Jesus maybe should have started and we would have had more of a chance.
Well, no, to be fair, when Jesus come on, his impact was minimal. I've got to say
the game was already gone. The game was already gone. It's just so, for me, we have to question Arteta, but most importantly, we need to question the club itself, because they need to back this manager before it's too late. That's in my opinion.
Let's try and end on a positive. Anything positive you can think of tonight, apart from you getting the programme.
Yeah, I was just about to tell you that. No. Wow. Saka. The positive is Saka didn't have to see that, didn't have to play on that with those players there. Because if he did, he's probably thinking in long-term future, do I actually want to stay with this club? Saliba's probably thinking, do I actually want to stay with this club? Can I see them going forward? Why is it that Edu decided to leave? Those are the questions I'm starting to ask myself. So as a positive is that Saka didn't have to witness that performance today.
I'm going to try and be positive and say, listen, man, February the 5th, few weeks' time, a lot can change in that time. It's not over yet.
Buy a striker.